photography mein Outlet, da kann ich Ihnen das Fragen nach Filmen sagen.
Name it and outlet, please.
Yes. Hello, this is Anke covering for Michelle Manelis for MiNDFOOD.
Great.
Okay. Diane, how much of you is in this movie?
Everything of me is in this movie. Obviously, the character is far from who I am in real life, but on an emotional level and the level of empathy and hopefully truthfulness, I feel like I went over that bridge, you know.
Mm-hmm. And how did you physically change for this role?
Well, the obvious ones are just, I cut my hair. I got tons of tattoos in this movie.
Fake tattoos.
Fake tattoos. Although I had to get a real tattoo because I lost a bet with Fatih.
What was that bet?
Oh, the bet was we were filming and it was like a Friday night and we got really drunk after work because it was such a hard week. And he said, you know what, we're going to go to Cannes with this movie. We're going to be in competition. And I was like, yeah, right. And he said, you'll see. And if we go, you have to get a tattoo and you have to get an anchor. So here's the anchor because I'm 16 and I get an anchor tattoo on my ankle. Don't do bets. Don't make bets when you're drunk.
Oh,
yeah.
But so how else did you change physically?
I lost a lot of weight for the film, but to be honest, it wasn't really conscious. Like I just... it was such an intense film to make, and the prep it really took a lot out of me. And when I see the movie, I'm like, well, I was shocked to see how skinny I was, at least nearly 10 pounds, you know.
Wow. But how important is for you personal health, gaining weight, losing weight, keeping fit, all these kinds of things?
I'd like to stay fit, for sure. I think especially as you get older, it's very important. And I stopped eating meat. We'll see how long that lasts, but I feel a lot better without it. I started smoking again for this movie, like crazy, and it took me 4 months to get rid of that, and I feel a lot better. I think, I try to be healthy and work out because I do realize that filming is a marathon, and if you're not in good health, it's very, very tiring.
Since you did lose the bet and got the tattoo and actually did go to Cannes, how was the Cannes experience, the red carpet, the presentation? I mean, it wasn't your first time in Cannes, right? But still, it was your first time with this German movie.
I was very, very nervous. We finished the film just before Christmas, so Fatih edited super quickly. I had only seen the film, I want to say, 2 weeks before Cannes, still in the editing room, and it was 15 minutes longer. And I'd never seen it with an audience. Nobody had. So I remember getting ready for the red carpet and being incredibly stressed out because I gave so much to this movie. And then what you said, it's like, it's my first German film, and I wanted people to love it. And it's really my first big starring role as well, where I'm in every frame. So if the movie gets booed, which is possible in Cannes, it's on me, So that was a huge relief when people responded to it. I was very proud to walk the red carpet with Fatih and my co-stars. And no, truly, it's, I felt like I was representing my country.
Was it hard to pick the right dress for an event like that?
Actually, no, it wasn't. My friend Jason Wu, who's a designer, pretty early on said, I make you anything you want, and so I knew months before, or the few months that before you're in competition, what I was going to wear, and no, that part was super easy.
How important is fashion for you in general? Do you like to pick out nice clothes? I mean, how does your closet look like?
It's very organized. Very organized. I'm a girl. I like fashion. I think you can try on different skins every day. You can be a different person. Perception can be manipulated with how you dress, and I like that. I think it's a fun part of being a woman.
Is there one piece in your closet you would never, ever, ever part with?
My favorite pair of genes, you know, I think. And what else do I have? So when my grandmother passed away last year, and I inherited this super old, like 60-year-old fur coat that she had from the 30s, I think. And I remember as a kid, she would only wear it on Christmas Eve, you know, or like New Year's. And I remember being like a kid, and just like it's so soft, and I was just sort of like rubbing in her, and she was my favorite, and I inherited that. So that's something that's in my closet, and I'll never give away.
Mm-hmm. What do you see? How glamorous do you feel when you look into the mirror? And what do you need to feel glamorous? Lipstick?
To feel glamorous, that takes a minute. There have been moments when you have the right team, or you have the time to put on good makeup, where you go, oh, I look nice tonight. But that's not an everyday occurrence,
But you need to feel sexy.
I mean, I would say my partner looking at me a certain way, Sometimes I dress a certain way if I'm going out with the girls or whatever, and I can put on a sexy dress and you feel good, But I think it's always in the eyes of someone else that you feel beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So how did you feel shooting this movie in the rain in Hamburg? With big pullovers, pop-tarts.
Not so sexy. Definitely not. It's one of those movies where you look worse coming out of makeup than going in, Yeah, and yeah. It was, and Fatih hates makeup on actors in his movies, so he really went for the nothing look. And I remember, like, the last week or so, I got this huge pimple on my face, and I went into makeup. I was like, cover it up, And I came out, and he's like, "Why are you wearing makeup?" And he like went like this, and he saw my huge pimple, and he's like, I was like, "No, we're covering that up. You're not the one that's on the big screen, 25 meters. We're covering my pimple." And he's like, "Fine. That's the only makeup I wear, to cover my pimple."
Thank goodness he was so understanding.
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh.